background.
Okay.
Ok. C'est bon le son? Ok, on y va, on fait ça, on enchaîne avec
Alors on enchaîne direct?
Ouais.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mimi, for this brief introduction. And we now have the pleasure of welcoming Hanul. Hanul, thank you so much for being with us. You are a second-year student enrolled in the Master in International Governance and Diplomacy. You will graduate this coming spring 2026. You are originally from South Korea. Thank you again for being with us. You did, Hanul, your undergraduate studies at Duke University in the USA prior to joining Sciences Po. What made you choose Sciences Po for your graduate studies and the Master in International Governance and Diplomacy specifically?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me here. My undergrad study focused on how systemic inequality leads to inequity in reproductive health care, especially in low and middle income countries. And I felt necessity to train my muscle to translate those theoretical knowledge that I learned in the classroom into real life situations and develop policies to improve well-being of people, not just in low middle income country, but across the world. And Sciences Po's unique proposition as a leading academic institution, but also having an exposure to experts in the field drew me to this program.
Thank you, Hanul. You are currently enrolled in the program. What's the learning environment like in the program, in the Master in International Governance and Diplomacy?
Mm-hmm. The learning environment has a good balance between seminars and lectures. So for seminars, it fosters peer learnings through presentations and group work. And from lectures, I learn different topics from Latin American foreign policy to health system strengthening.
Thank you so much. You just finished an internship at Clinton Health Access Initiative, which is a global health organization. You did it in Eswatini. What was your position and work about during that internship?
Mm-hmm. I worked as a market intelligence intern under Global HIV Access Program. And my main deliverable was analyzing 14 different countries' HIV essential commodity status in the midst of foreign aid disruption, and also forecasting future diagnostic trends and demands, and also treatment pipeline market research. So developing an HIV market report to present non-technical audiences like donors, Congress, women and women were very productive and also fruitful experience.
Great, thank you very much, Hanul. So you worked for a global health organization. Is it something you wish to do in the future? What sector or what position do you wish to work at after graduating this coming spring?
As you just said, I would like to work in global health organization in sub-Saharan Africa specifically, as I have research experience in Kenya, in Zimbabwe, and now Eswatini as well, to assist governments to develop reproductive healthcare strategies in ever-changing development landscape in these days.
Thank you very much. Final question, Hanu. Now, hopefully, viewers watching us today are future applicants to the program. What advice would you give to an applicant willing to join the Master in International Governance and Diplomacy next year?
I believe storytelling is a crucial component of application. Instead of listing out all the achievements, although it is important, that applicants have achieved so far, creating one consistent story plot to explain and show who you are is crucial to highlight your application.
Thank you very much, Hanul, for such an enlightening testimonial. And we'll get back to you in just a moment. On peut libérer Hanul, du coup, si c'est OK pour vous. Maybe David has something to say.
Okay, thank you, Hanul. That was very great. For tomorrow, just make sure to have more space above your... yes. I know you're outside, it's complicated.
Like more space?
Yes, like this.
Right.
With more space here and less here. Tu peux mettre le synthé juste pour que... Ah, mais on n'arrive pas à voir, nous.
Moi, je vois... Tu vois le synthé là-bas?
Ouais. Okay, like this will be perfect. For tomorrow, unblur your background, just to have a clear background. and check if you're at home. There is nothing personal or strange or anything else. For you and Juan Pablo, make sure to switch off your microphone unless it's your turn to speak, and keep your camera on during all the live tomorrow, because when you turn off your camera, this disturbs the screen here and can draw attention to people on stage. So you will be on live only when you're talking, but keep on your camera during all the live.
And by the way, they're not just 12.
Okay?
I
Thank you.
completely forgot.
See you tomorrow.
How many did we
20
deduct?
before the-
You
20
hate the
minutes
regional
before
concentration,
live.
that's why.
And have
Is
a
it
great
17?
listen. So-
16.
Thank you, Hanul.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Have a
Hanu.
great day. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Est-ce qu'on enchaîne avec Juan Pablo et après on fait tout dans l'ordre?
On peut enchaîner avec Juan Pablo, ouais, comme ça on le libère
on
plus
le
tôt.
libère
Oui,
et
ouais,
tu
ouais,
vas,
Il peut prendre son petit déjeuner.
Ok.
So he can have breakfast.
On enchaîne.
On enchaîne.
C'est parti, merci.
Donc je vais faire comme si Mimi, tu venais de répondre aux questions.
Ouais.
Thank you very much, Mimi. Now we have the pleasure of welcoming Juan Pablo. Juan Pablo, thank you for being with us. You are a 2024 graduate of the Master in International Governance and Diplomacy. You are originally from Colombia. You currently work as advisor on multilateral affairs and international cooperation at the Colombian Ministry of Culture in Bogota. What made you want to work in that field, and what's your work about in Bogota?
Well, hello. Thank you both for having me here first. And for answering your question, I would say that first, joining the Ministry of Culture for me was a deliberate challenge that I decided to take because I believe in multidisciplinary training, which Sciences Po offered me during my master's studies, and to apply it into a transversal policy area. Living in Paris made me aware how unequal access to culture can be, which sparked my interest into cultural policies and cultural diplomacy. And on top of that, I decided to be passionate about multilateral negotiations since during my internship in the Mexican delegation to the OECD, I discovered that I thrive in those environments. So the combination of those three factors made me join the culture ministry. And as what I'm doing today, as you said, I advise the Minister of Culture of Colombia on multilateral affairs, basically liaising between the ministry and international organizations such as UNESCO, OECD, the Ibero-American Secretariat, and the Organization of Ibero-American States, and some regional mechanism, the Pacific Alliance and the Community of Nations of the Andean Community. Basically, what I do here is that my role is to help to position culture as a strategic asset of Colombian foreign policy.
Thank you so much, Juan Pablo. You graduated a couple of years ago, as I mentioned. What are some of the best memories you retained from the Master in International Governance and Diplomacy?
I guess I have 2 or 3 good memories. The first one that I guess it's really impacting the way that I'm working today is that the courses that I took during my master were directly connected to the real world global issues, and they were not only abstract theory. I was impressed to see how my professors were active practitioners. They brought negotiations and policymaking into the classroom, which made me realize that I was really getting into the important issues and the important conversations. On top of that, I would say that also having a highly international cohort really pushed me intellectually to have more debates, have better group work, and try to get experiences outside of my Colombian or Latin American perspective and really enrich my professional development during and after my master at Sciences Po.
Thank you again, Juan Pablo. Now, you mentioned the internship you did at the OECD while studying at Sciences Po. What other contributions did the time you spent at Sciences Po or did the program make to your career?
I would say first that my OECD internship really grew directly from a global governance class that I took. On that class, I was working on topics like green bonds, green taxonomy for a just transition for Latin America, when I was taking that class, I thought it was mainly theory and there was not applicable. Yet, when I applied to the OECD, I ended up working on those issues, and I saw really how everything academic or how every discussion that we were having in classroom really was something that was happening in the international organizations. And Sciences Po really allowed me to learn the language, speak the same language as international organizations do, to translate research into actionable policy work, and to basically bridge the theory and the practice to, like, build my career after Sciences Po.
And precisely, what were the different stages of building your professional project while at Sciences Po? You now work for the Colombian Ministry of Culture, but what were the different stages of you building this particular professional project?
The stages, I would say, first, I did it through the course choices that I had during my master. I decided to combine and explore different kind of courses, different topics, not to stick to one single one, but really continue with my background that involves multidisciplinarity, and Sciences Po allowed me to keep exploring that. So on the second side, I would say that I had constant exchange with professors and classmates likewise. Due to that, I learned indirectly from my friends' experiences, their courses that they took that I was not able to take because I already had a lot of other ones to take, and also learning from their internship experiences. This, just to make an example here, I ended up building a cultural diplomacy and UNESCO-related network without having done my internship at UNESCO, but I had a lot of friends that did it, and at the end ended up helping me a lot in my work today.
Thank you very much, Juan Pablo. You applied to Sciences Po as an international applicant. Would you have any advice to future international applicants and students on building their professional project while studying in France and Paris?
Yes, I guess I will have three specific advice for international applicants. The first one is to be ambitious but also coherent with your application. Your project needs to have purpose, but also a clear narrative on how you want to achieve that project. The second one will be use France and Paris as a learning space beyond the classroom. Sciences Po offers a lot, but France and Paris in particular can give you a lot and can shape your professional interest more than you expect. I'm a perfect example of that. I was not into cultural policies until I experienced them living in Paris. And the final one is to talk constantly to your classmates. They're your strongest asset for the long term. Really, but don't rush the project, just let the experience refine it to your time at Sciences Po.
Thank you so much, Juan Pablo, for your testimonial. We'll get back to you in just a moment. Merci, Juan Pablo. On peut te libérer.
Thank you.
David, David, tu voulais dire quelque chose?
Thank you, Juan Pablo.
Thank you. Just a second, Juan Pablo. Do you have some earphones? Because your sound is a little sound like you were in a cavern or in a grotto. So do you have some earphones and just test it now?
Sure, that changed. That's better now. Or it's the same.
It's the
No,
same.
do you have a headset? I think that's what David meant.
Maybe
Yeah.
a headset.
I'm gonna go
Yes,
get them.
yes,
Just
yes,
really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Je vais quand même tirer ce truc-là. Moi qui étais persuadée de l'avoir caché, en fait, on va entendre mieux.
Pourquoi c'est
What did they see when they were
Encyclopédie
talking?
Universalis?
Only Juan Pablo,
No.
or did they see us as well?
No.
Only Juan Pablo.
Only
Or
Juan Pablo.
whoever.
le diable?
But if we have some problem of connection, for example, Juan
It
Pablo,
cuts or something, yeah.
yes, his connection is a little unstable. We go on the stage
Okay.
because if it's freezing, it's better to see him in freezing a
yeah.
little. So
On the screen, the large
so there
screen.
is
Okay.
you can't be on live every moment during the live.
So behave. Oh, he has to disconnect and.
Puis on se
Regardez la
revoit.
caméra. He's back.
He's back.
He is back. Peut-être on se fait la dernière question, parce qu'en fait, plutôt que de l'entendre 10 secondes, alors on va pas en faire des caisses, mais on se fait juste la dernière question, la plus courte en fait. C'est juste pour qu'on puisse... Ok.
Okay. Thank you, Juan Pablo. You
Redis-lui quand on fait la... Je sais pas
We'll
si
just
vous
go
m'entendez,
through
en
the
fait,
last
j'ai pas de
question.
micro,
Yeah, we'll just go through
Louis,
the
je
last
crois.
question
Sure.
again. You can make it shorter than you did before, but okay? Just to test the sound with the headset on. Thank you, Juan Pablo. Now, you applied to Sciences Po as an international applicant. Would you have an advice to future international applicants on building their professional project while studying at Sciences Po in Paris, in France?
Sure, I guess I would have two recommendations to international students. First, I would say to be ambitious but also coherent with your project. This project that you're trying to build with Sciences Po needs to have purpose, but also a clear narrative. On the other side, I would say use France and Paris as a learning experience beyond the classroom. As for me, I was not into cultural policies, but after having that experience and having the chance to
C'est pire.
use
Yeah.
Paris and France,
Yeah, it's perfect.
Thank you, Juan Pablo.
it's better with the
I think
No.
It's worse.
Oh, it's worse.
Yeah,
It's
it's worse.
So tomorrow,
It crackles. Yeah, he's got another
Oh.
one.
You have another one.
No, but it doesn't look so
yeah, I
good.
have another one if you want to try.
No, it's-
Ah, that
But it's
sounds good.
huge.
Yes.
That one sounds good. Ouais.
Let's talk. Just talk again.
Speak again.
Okay.
Uh, What do you plan today? For today, after this live?
You
I
said
just gotta go back to work. I need to go back to work, jump to meetings, and
Okay. For the sound is better without headset.
Okay.
without,
Maybe, yeah.
So tomorrow, like this, it's okay. You're connected with Wi-Fi at the moment.
yeah.
The connection has some little squeeze, very few microseconds, but when you're talking, there is some.
slow. Talk
yeah,
slow then.
Yeah.
Talk slower a little
So
bit.
I don't know if you have any way to
Speed
figure
up?
out this or to change anything, because I don't know, but that's not a big issue. So if you can't do
Okay.
anything, it's okay. But if you have an alternative to make another Wi-Fi, I don't know, maybe we can check this tomorrow, just before the live.
Wait. Okay, sure, that's good.
But
Thank you, Juan Pablo.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
thank
Have a good
you.
day.
Have a
See
good
you
day.
tomorrow. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
On enchaîne avec Mimi, donc les deux séquences.
Les deux séquences, ouais, donc on revient en arrière.
Ouais.
Je dise,
And then I'll practice the first one too. First one, yeah,
Oui, sur les applications.
profile.
Application profiles.
A good profile. What is a good profile?
Ouais.
But quand toi, tu me demandes la question, je te regarde le premier seconde et après je switch, c'est ça?
Quand tu réponds,
Oui.
plus qu'une seconde.
Voilà, quand tu réponds.
Un peu plus?
3 secondes.
Ok.
3 secondes et après tu switches. Moi, je vais faire pareil, je vais t'ignorer. Je vais regarder là-bas. Pour t'encourager à regarder ta caméra.
Ok.
Okay, thank you, Hanul, for being with us for your fruitful testimonial. And we'll get back to you in just a moment. Now, back in studio with Mimi, academic advisor of the Master in International Governance and Diplomacy. Mimi, let's talk about prospective students and applicants. What is a good profile for the Master in International Governance and Diplomacy? What students are you looking for?
Okay, great. Well, I mean, the first thing we look for is actually academic excellence. Academic excellence is most important for us. And then we look for profiles or students or candidates, candidates that who are interested in international affairs, have curiosity about international affairs. However, may or may not know exactly what they want to do yet. However, they have an idea of, and a string, I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
That was good. That was good.
An idea of what did I write? Yeah. Now, a passion for international affairs. Yeah, what did we?
So they might
and
academic excellence. They might have an interest in international affairs.
Yeah, have an strong interest in international affairs. They may or may not have in political science or international affairs or international relations background. They do not need to have it, but have the curiosity and know actually what they want to do. What are their convictions? This is what we're looking for. So they need to have an idea of what they want to do. It doesn't mean that they have to have a job title or anything like that, but they need to have a conviction. And what are they doing about it? So they have been participating in volunteer work, or maybe have done some internship work or research work that is related. This is what we want to actually see. And Hanu mentioned that, in her testimonial, that storytelling is actually a good way of explaining where they want to go in terms of career. She's right. What we're looking for, and we do read all the motivation letters, and motivation letter, it's a storytelling from start to where actually you want to be in terms of your career, and how does this program play an important role in reaching your career goal. So your career goal needs to be clear. And it's not an essay. What we're looking for in a motivation letter is not an essay. It's not it's not an essay. That's what we want to say. However, you need to have a constructive storytelling, but a constructive story from starting, even sometimes from young, but how does your past program and this program will reach you to where you want to be? It's a little long, but...
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mimi. Now let's have a word on cohorts. Sciences Po is a total of 13,500 students. And now, how about the Master in International Governance and Diplomacy? What are the size of cohorts and how international are they?
Thank you for that question. So this program is a competitive program. We do receive many applications each year. And we have, it is a large cohort. So we have around 180 to 190, and it can go up to 200 some years. So it is a large program. And the... 180 to 200. It is a very attractive program, and a majority of our students are from Europe. We have around 70% of our students are international students, non-French, let's say.
So it's a truly international program, taught in English indeed. And that brings us to teaching methods. What are the teaching methods like? What's the proportion of lectures, seminars, group projects?
So most of the courses tend to be small because we want students to have that interaction between between themselves, also because they are very international. So they are actually sharing their experience from their own countries, as well as with the professors. A lot of our professors are professionals, so they are actually sharing their experiences from their field of work. And so it tends to be small, around 25 to maximum 30 students. So there are seminar type classes, but there are some fundamental classes that we have to actually hold in a larger, more lecture format. So those can be from international law or economic classes. Those can be a little bit larger. So those can be a little bit from 80 to 100 students, but no more. But what we encourage is interaction within class.
Great. Thank you so much, Mimi. Now we welcome Juan Pablo, and after Juan Pablo's section, we go straight to Mimi's final series of questions. We're back in the studio with Mimi Mong-Trentin, academic advisor of the Master in International Governance and Diplomacy. Mimi, let's have a word, if you may, about professional life. How do you prepare students enrolled in the Master in International Governance and Diplomacy for professional life?
Great. So as this program is a large program, we do have 2 academic advisors. So students start with us. Academic advisors, as academic advisor, we are here to meet the students on a one-on-one basis during office hours. They share their career aspirations and inspirations, and we actually help them and guide them in terms of where they can go, orientation in terms of, we actually also introduce them to our alumni network, which is quite large now, and we and so we meet them one-on-one. That's our first advising session in order to orientate them to the proper way, proper direction in terms of their career development. And then second is we have our own PSIA's career advisor, who actually creates different resources for our students in terms of inviting different professors or alumni to speak. She organizes together with our Sciences Po Careers Department different career fairs, Sciences Po Career Fair or International Organization Career Fair and or consulting career fairs. This is actually how they get to meet the potential employers directly on campus. And this is one way of developing career potentials.
So preparation for professional life starts at the very beginning of a Sciences Po student's journey. Thank you very much. Now, both Hanul and Juan Pablo mentioned a few international organizations they've been working at, doing internships or actual jobs at the OECD and the Ministry of Culture in Colombia, among others. In what sectors and organizations are graduates recruited?
Okay, so most of the students are actually starting with the private sector because as consultants, for example, in different areas of their interest. So this is where the concentration, the second concentration also comes in handy because some of them will choose environmental and they could actually focus on environmental sector, but more in the private sector. But a lot of them actually their initial and this is their primary objective is also to be in the public sector. So a lot of our, for example, students are wanting to actually sit for and will sit for and preparing to sit for, this is what I mean, preparing to sit for their public examinations in their own countries. For example, in France, it could be Quai d'Orsay or Gare d'Orient. So they will be sitting for their concours, as we would say in French. And in their own countries as well, they'll be preparing for it. And many of them also, the European students will also go into their European institutions as their career, they get recruited for European institutions, yes.
Sure. Thank you so much. Maybe now is the time for our Q&A session. Thank you so much for the many questions you've been asking in the chat box of this YouTube live session. And here is the first question from our viewers. Okay. Merci. Super.
Need to practice.
Top. On est bon pour demain? Bon.
I think so. Yeah.
Il fait meilleur ici parce que là-bas il fait 150 degrés. C'est très bien. Bravo. Le jeu de caméra très bien. J'ai pas souvent rien à dire. Et donc
I have to practice. I'm not in it yet. I just came back from a Lithian governance master thesis.
You know it by heart. You know it.
Ouais, you know.
I know. I just have to relax.
Key elements.
Yeah, it's different from webinar. Webinar, I'm like, yeah, come on,
Yeah.
no problem. But this is like, where do I look?
Right.
Similar, just with a stage.
I don't
some
have my
cameras,
desk.
Some people looking at you.
Tomorrow blouse uni.
Uni,
Yes, because this
white, black, doesn't matter.
Whatever.
Do I? I hate uni. I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, okay. Yeah.
On the last question, maybe we focus also on what kind of jobs.
Organizations, positions, maybe, yeah.
A good
Because
suggestion.
that's
The
your
last
question.
You know, just
Yeah.
to add something on, You know, even though the
organization.
master is called governance and diplomacy.
Yeah,
we do
yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
train
Only
all
trained
to
diplomats.
become
Yeah,
diplomats.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
go
yeah,
on
yeah,
and
yeah,
say,
yeah, yeah,
actually,
yeah.
the majority of our students
Yeah,
go
yeah.
on
In the
so
private
that we
sector.
actually clarify that.
But should I mention some roles? But I don't want
Yes.
to. That's the thing, because they're going to be
I
sucking
think
on it.
some
They're going to write it.
examples,
I want to be that.
Some examples.
This is what they do.
Examples other than in diplomacy, of course.
Yeah, of course.
We train people who
Well, we said consultants
use
already.
some role
Yeah.
in diplomacy, but also a few examples.
Maybe we can get like just on the website and see the portrait of a couple of governance and diplomacy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we have already. This is why I used it. I mean, we have one who did the. I didn't say, but apprentissage. But she's actually doing more.
Je vais appeler Meider. Vous avez coupé dessus?
She got a consulting position at PwC, for example, for environment. You know, and I know.
Attends, elle a pas coupé.
But-
Je sais pas ce que ça fait quand.
You mean other?
Quand tu
other-
coupes et que c'est pas coupé là-bas.
other jobs.
So UNESCO,
Then-
UNESCO.
What are they
We have
doing?
one
Policy
gender,
analysts?
gender.
Yeah,
No,
but not the- not the-
policy analyst at OECD.
Voilà, par exemple.
There's a few policy analysts at OECD. There